Yo, what's up, guys? This is my first video, and I'm gonna be covering the drama that's transpired between myself and FaZe Rug. He put me in his new video, and I'm gonna be highlighting some of the inconsistencies, let's say, with the way that he represented the situation. I made a video. It's sitting at 1.5 right now. About the art in his house, and essentially, like, the point of this video was kind of to highlight the irony of like getting a very expensive home and filling it up with a bunch of ugly shit on the walls. So anyway, I'll just show the TikTok if you haven't seen it. It's only a minute, so it shouldn't take too long. Someone asked me to do this. Like, I don't watch FaZe Rug's videos.
Just some context, this house cost $4.25 million. Very luxurious McMansion.
This is gonna be crazy because there is some insane stuff in this house.
True.
Their house pole is at like 12 feet.
This right here, this is when the alarm bells really started going off. He's got something that looks like a stock photo that would come in a picture frame that you buy before you put the picture in. And it's the centerpiece of his living room.
And look straight ahead, the Wolf of Wall Street painting.
I googled it. This is a $22 poster. Ain't that my little man, Drizzy?
I don't know how to wash clothes. On this wall, we have two art pieces, which are
Stunning.
Look at this painting. It's a Louis Vuitton Rubik's Cube.
It's a Rubik's Cube, alright.
And then we got an LV motorcycle.
It's actually a Vespa.
So I got a bigger piece of him, but yeah.
Did he just say this was his dog?
After that video, it inspired FaZe Rug to comment, because he saw it.
Sorry.
He commented, he said, "Why are you only talking about the price? Jealousy at its finest." So I guess because in his mind I made a video that was critical of him, I must be jealous of him, because that's how this guy's brain works. Basically, I felt like it was pretty ironic that he was trying to tag me for talking about the price of stuff when he's kind of made a career out of that, wouldn't you say?
FaZe Rug, you're right. Talking about the prices of things, making money the subject of videos, it's disgusting. And I know a good man like you, FaZe Rug, never do something like that.
Anyway, he wasn't saying shit after that, obviously. I think he did comment on it, but he deleted it again. But I don't know if he understands how TikTok works, but I think maybe he thought that would delete this video, but obviously it doesn't. So, you know, I pretty much at that point, I thought the situation was concluded. I thought that was the end of it. But somebody DM'd me and said, "You're in his new video." So obviously I went to go check it out, and let's take a look.
Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy FaZe Rug, and I'm just chilling here next to my $22 painting.
It's still not a painting. I guess that really he's having a hard time absorbing that information.
Wait, why are you starting the video like this?
And this right here, 65 bucks.
Wait, what are you doing?
Dude, I'll explain it in a second. And this one right here, it was a steal from Walmart. 40 bucks.
Wait, what are you doing?
So there's this TikTok that went viral of some random kid who roasted the art in my house, and he kept bringing up the price of what I paid for the art. And look straight ahead, the Wolf of Wall Street painting. Look.
I googled it. This is a $22 poster.
So he says I kept bringing up the price of the art. I actually only mentioned the art verbally one time, and that's the clip that he chose to include here. The rest of the clips I'm talking about the art itself, like, or just the fact that he's wrong about what it is. Like he said, this is a custom piece of my dog. It's not. It's from Walmart. I mean, and like he also said, you know, this is a Louis Vuitton motorcycle when it wasn't. It was a Vespa. Like, it's just funny. And, you know, the screenshots that I posted did have the price in the screenshot, but that's not the primary reason for showing the screenshots. The reason for showing the screenshots is because he's giving you this tour of his mansion, and he's sort of representing it like this is some nice artwork that he has in his house, calling posters paintings and stuff. So that's the reason for showing the prices. I mean, I guess he can't see why that's ironic, but that's the reason for showing the prices of the art. I think that went over a lot of people's heads, though.
And I was like, wait, why does the art in my house concern you?
you're the one who uploaded a video doing a tour of your house, showing it off on YouTube. Like, God forbid somebody like has an opinion about it. I mean, you're basically in when you do that, you're inviting people to make content about it, especially if you do something sort of if you fuck it up as badly as you did. Anyway, it gets better.
One waking up here, aren't I?
Bro, it's just funny.
It's,
Like,
no,
what is he doing?
guys, I don't know. I was supposed to make this a duet on TikTok, but he turned them off. I just thought it was.
I didn't turn off the duets. Every time I upload a TikTok, for some reason it defaults to duets off, and I have to turn it on manually, and I just didn't remember for this one. I've tried to change the settings in my TikTok to automatically have duets and stitches on, but it just turns them off every time. I turn them on now, so FaZe Rug, if you still want to, feel free to duet my TikTok with whatever you have to say. But considering you deleted that comment on my video, I doubt that you really have much to say about the situation.
It's funny because even the comments on the TikTok were like, oh my god, this is so tacky. This is so embarrassing. Like, homie, it's my house. I love this house. I love the art. I love about this. My interior designer crushed it. But honestly,
So what's really funny about this is that I was totally not going to bring this up because, I try to be respectful of everybody's privacy and stuff. But he DM'd me and he ended up talking about the fact that he was upset about the situation with me. And anyway, he's saying,
this house, I love the art. I love everything about this. My interior designer crushed it. But
he's saying he loves everything about his house. He loves the art. His interior designer crushed it. That's not what he told me. What's crazy is before your vid like a week ago, I was thinking of making the vibe of my house more homey because it feels like a museum. So I was actually thinking of getting some new art. So he's completely contradicting himself. He says he loves the art, but he said a week ago he was thinking about getting new art. So he's just lying to his fans to try and make me look bad, to try and give off the perception that he's happy with the shit art in his house. He's clearly not. He says his interior designer crushed it, but he says to me, oh yeah, about the painting of my dog, I was legit told by my interior designer she got it specifically made for my pug. So he's saying to me that his interior designer lied to him about the pug painting. But then on his YouTube video, he's acting like his interior designer killed it. So I really don't understand like why it's so hard for this guy to admit publicly that, he was misled. I mean, he's the one who was telling me in the DMs, he's saying this is something I can't even control, and it's mentally draining. So he's saying he can't control the art that's in his house, essentially. Like, imagine being shit-talked about the art in your house that you just gave your designer a budget, and she just did it all. So he's sort of like, he's blaming his designer for the fact that he has cheap, shitty stuff in his house, right? I mean, to me, he's talking like this is a serious problem for him. He's saying it's a scandal. He's saying, because it's legit not in my control. I mean, here's the thing. You hired somebody to do a job. They did a bad job. I mean, he can blame his interior designer. That's fine. I could give a fuck. But then coming onto YouTube after complaining about the fact that you got sabotaged by your interior designer privately, and then publicly saying my interior designer killed it, I love all the shit in my house, it's just a complete lie. And I don't know if he expected me not to see this or like call him out for this, but I just like, it's just kind of pathetic.
honestly, the price of it, I'm happy that all the paintings are cheap. It saves me money. What am I gonna spend $50,000 on a Wolf of Wall Street painting? Like, I'm glad it was $22. Thank you, interior designer, for saving me some money.
I don't think his interior designer actually saved him money. I think his interior designer ripped him off. So I think that, I don't know what his budget was for his interior designer, but I doubt it was $200. And I think that's probably what his interior designer, like, spent on the paintings that I showed in the video. Not paintings, the art that he showed in his video. I mean, it really, maybe $300 to $500.
You guys know me. I'm a positive guy. I have nothing else for people to talk about because I just don't do any bad things in my life. So they resort to roasting the art in my house.
So what's kind of funny about this is he, like, It seems like his impression of the situation is that I like watch all of this guy's videos. I've been watching them for as long as he's been making videos, and this is the first time I've ever had an opportunity to make fun of something. Like finally, FaZe Rug slipped up after all these years of monitoring his content. He finally gave me an opportunity to make a video. It's like, no, dude, somebody asked me to make this video. This is the first FaZe Rug video I've ever seen, and it's the only FaZe Rug video I've ever seen. All right, I've seen two now, I guess, because I watched the first minute and a half of this one. But I mean, in his mind, like people are plotting against him. You know what I mean? And the only motivation behind it is it's jealousy and hatred. I don't hate FaZe Rug. I don't give a shit about FaZe Rug. Like I could care less. Like he's just another guy on YouTube. It doesn't matter to me. Like somebody just asked me to do a video about it. I watched the video and it was a good opportunity to make a funny TikTok. Like people don't understand the distinction between disliking somebody and making a funny video. Like I have no ill will towards FaZe Rug.
This might be a scandal. FaZe Rug's art is so trash in his house.
Dude.
My first scandal! Yes! Guys,
Anyway, I mean, that about wraps it up. It's really not a scandal. I mean, if there's... The only thing that's even remotely scandalous about the situation is, like, the fact that you are sort of lying about a lot of stuff. But, I mean, from his perspective, he's saying he was misled by his interior designer, and that's how he ended up with all that bullshit. And then turns around and says publicly, my interior designer killed it. You know, I think it says a lot about the situation that the most common comment that I get that's negative about my video is, yo, he has way more money than you. You're just jealous. Why are you hating? You'll never make that much money in your entire life. And I think it's pretty sad that that's the mindset that a lot of people have. And it's the mindset that FaZe Rug himself has too. Like, he opened up the conversation with me saying, do you want $10,000 from me? And when he was like, no, I'm just joking. I'm just fucking with you. I'm not giving you $10,000. You're just a hater. It's like there's a reason that's what he opened with. The only thing that people like FaZe Rug have over you is that they have money. And if you let them sort of manipulate you and you let that change your perception of them as a person because they have money, I mean, it's a really sad way to look at the world. And there's nothing more to FaZe Rug really than his money. I mean, that's what all his videos are about, right? Like underneath all that money, is there really much of an interesting person there? I mean, not to me. If that's how you've defended people in the past, saying this person is rich, therefore they are above your criticism, it's really not a very smart way of thinking about things, and should probably change that. He's basically calling me a bum, saying like, you know, I've given away. He said no handouts in this life, and then he said I've given away millions of dollars. Like you should try to be more like me. So I think it's pretty funny. Like he said no handouts, and then he just said he gives away millions of dollars. I don't know. And I told him, you know what? I think making a video called giving a hater $10,000, I'd probably do pretty well. It sounds like a good video to me.